Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with me on this Monday morning. We'll get a week started off right with some good outdoor information, and we'll start with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500. right there on Baldwin Road and Highway 77. The weather this morning is sort of mild. It's not bad at all. It's 54 degrees here, 52 Marina, 57 Apalachicola, and 56 over in Grayton Beach. The big thing, we got a front coming in, probably Wednesday or Thursday be bringing some rain, but the next couple of days will be mild. I know if you're like me, that wind really wreaked havoc on some outdoor plans for this past weekend. It just kept on blowing. And first started coming out of north on Friday, then went northeast, and yesterday we had an east wind, so it was sort of hard to fish and get outdoors unless you could get in and out of that wind. But it's going to be better today. Really, it's going to be coming just straight out of the east at actually, it says right here now 10 to 20 knots, and that's what it blew yesterday. That'll be like 5 straight days of about 10 to 20 knots. But seas going to be 2 to 4 near shore, and they're going to be 4 to 6 offshore. So we actually had to cancel our trip with Billy Archer on a Seminole wind because of the weather conditions. River readings, Apalachicola Bluntstown is at 0.3, flatlining there, and the Choctawhatchee, again, didn't do much that had been anticipated. It's at a 0.2. The big thing, though, the rivers, we went down there this past weekend, they're just so low, and you just need to be aware of it. You can see stumps sticking up and all, so just be aware of that if you're going to get out on the water. The Caudill Marine Construction tide chart looking on November the 7th. Not a strong tide. We're right about a foot tide. It's low this morning at 355 and it's going to be high at 648. But go ahead and look at your long range plans for the weekend. Really strong tides Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that looks like and that's going to be opening of a squirrel season too. So you can fish and hunt. Every Monday, we like to call out there to Panama City Beach Pier, and we enjoy doing these live reports because it keeps everybody updated exactly on what's going on in the area on the Panama City Beach Pier. Brought to us by Bugaway Pest Control, Rick Russell there with that number. And good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
Good. How about y'all?
We're doing great up this way. What's going on down on the pier?
Well, they had a good week all last week, and the weekend they caught king, Spanish, off and on, mostly in the evenings and in the mornings. There was a couple of good kings caught, a 25 on Thursday, and Friday was a 19-pounder caught, but there were several others in between there. So, and then a lot of Spanish, still some big Spanish, but not as big as last week. And they ended up with a few flounder and some pompano.
Well, that is that's a good report there, Carrie.
Yes, sir.
I've kept a record of all the reports, and Spanish has just been solid all summer long and all fall long.
Yeah, they've caught some big Spanish here lately.
Yeah. Now we did get some pompano this week, right?
Yeah, a few, not very many, but there was some caught.
I think we're on the tail end of that run, but that really looks good. And those kings, it's neat that those kings are still hanging around the pier, the big ones.
Yeah. The water temperature's getting cold, and I don't know how much longer, maybe another week, but after that, it's anybody's guess. But I expect we probably got 1 week of it.
Yeah. What do you have on the water temp out on the pier? What do y'all have?
It's running about 68 degrees right now.
Okay, yep.
So
that's 68.
It drops much more than that, they'll be out of here.
Yeah, that's right. 68 degrees is usually the breaking point there. They start getting on some warmer water. Well, Carrie, thank you so much, buddy.
Come see us.
All right. Good report from Panama City Beach Pier. Like I said, now, it's some good fishing, but it's not going to last much longer with the water temperature dropping down like that. Okay? Let's take our first break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Paul Flagg with Professional Fiberglass Marine Service. We offer all types of boat repair, fiberglass work, bottom painting, detailing, buffing. If your gel coat's looking dull, we can get that boat looking good for you again. We also offer a pickup and delivery service, and we have trailers that you can use if we are going to work on your boat, and we can come and get your boat for you. We can be reached at 850-960-9054, or you can reach us on the web at profiberglassmarine.com.
Bill Kramer's Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership, built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer's Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Panama City living is simply better without glasses. The Eye Center of North Florida offers the most advanced cataract surgery using lifestyle lens implants, which allow you to see all distances glasses-free. Our surgeons perform this quick and painless procedure at our accredited surgery center. When it comes to your vision, trust your local experts in surgical eye care. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Welcome back, folks. Glad you're with us this Monday morning. If you're like me, you may like to read obituaries. I do it. Of course, the old joke is make sure I'm not in it, but I enjoy reading a historical perspective, you know, about some of the families and all. And saw one yesterday morning, Miss Rosalie Burdett, and what it immediately hit me, that's Amy Lee. If you remember my book, The Amy Lee Mechanical Minnow. Amy Lee was Bay County's first optometrist, and he came into town from Alabama in the early 1900s, and he made an old fishing lure. And when I did an article on it in the book, like I said, and became really attached to the family. And Miss Burdett was 90 years old, and she was actually part of the greatest generation. A lot of times we think that's just male-oriented, but the greatest generation came in, you know, came through the Depression, came through the war, and she worked with the, I was reading right here on the obituary, with the Women Air Corps as a nurse, and so many ladies in that era did that. And she became a sergeant after the war, settled here again, but grew up here. And I started thinking about the Amy Lee Mechanical Minnow, which led me to the thinking about the old fishing tackle that I've always been fond of, and collected old fishing tackle for a long time. And I think one of the reasons I'm fond of it was made by folks like her dad and all these men when turn of the century and in the early 1900s, where American ingenuity and know-how and just hard work was in the forefront of our society at that time. And one of the early ones, I started looking at some old tackle last night, so I decided to bring just a few of the old tackle boxes just to share with you, and maybe bring back some old memories too. I got a lot. I've collected old tackle, like I said. I got a lot of them. I just brought a couple of boxes to show you, and just show you some of the early days. One of this first box here, the old Hedden made out of Dowagiac, Michigan, James Hedden's sons. And Mr. Hedden actually was probably the father of the American-made fishing tackle, and the story of Mr. Hedden goes back to he was, when he first started making the fishing tackle, he actually, on a Saturday afternoon, was waiting for his buddy to show up. He was sitting beside a lake up there in Michigan, and he was whittling, just waiting for his buddy to show up on the back of a car. They didn't have many trucks back then, so he threw the little slug about like that, a little plug, and threw it out in the water, and a bass hit it. And his mind started going, so the next time he put a little hook on it, and that really started the American-made tackle industry right there in the little lake in Michigan. But Hedden was one of the first ones, and then his sons came in and just kept the business going for a long time. This is one of another boxes of James Hedden right there. This is one of the earliest ones too. And then that picture is from a big, that was a bass out of Apopka, Florida. And notice all the pictures on the side of the box. All these bass were caught in Florida. So you can see they really brought in a lot of, especially in the central part of the state. And went on down to another company was called, this was again out of Michigan, this is a Paw Bait Company. And these came out, also a Moonlight Bait Company. These also came up in that area. You had a lot of industry going on, like the car industry and all. You had a lot of these engineers and different guys that were developing the metal and all different things like that. And over in Indiana was the South Bend Bait Company. And what they did, and actually, about most of these actually have the lure in them. And this, the little simple lure, this like an Reno, but that color, that red and white color combination continues to be one of the most popular colors in bait, no matter what the lure is. But you can see the hardware and all. And we'll talk about that more in detail about different things. I always thought this was a cute one here, out of Minnesota, Paul Bunyan bait. The old Paul Bunyan bait. It really was not a fancy bait. It just really was like a little jig coming through the water, but it was one of the early ones, Paul Bunyan 66. And let me show you about one more. What did I mention? Creek Chub? I don't think I did. Now this was one of my favorite bait companies, the Creek Chub Bait Company out of Garrett, Indiana. And they really made some fine baits, and really we got a lot of historical information on them. And they made the Wounded Minnow and different baits like this. Like I said, next time I talk about it, I'll go into detail about the hardware and how you can tell the old propellers and all. But I ended up concentrating on so many American companies, I ended up concentrating on Florida-made tackle. And one of the earliest ones I started looking at was out of Bartow, Florida, was Eager Baits. Eager Bait Company out of Bartow. And he really made a terrific living off making baits there. And then in World War II, he actually made a special edition. This is one of my all-time favorite boxes here. This is the last one I'll show you, Victory. And they did that during World War II. And of course, none of these people are in business anymore, actually, with families and all. But anyway, that's just a sampling of some of the old antique tackle I have. And when I first started doing the show 5-6 years ago, my intention was to educate you and just share all this stuff with you as far as old tackle boxes, and I've only done it like once or twice. So we're going to talk more about that. I think a lot of people enjoy talking about it, and if you have any questions about any of this stuff, I'd be glad to answer them. But let's take our break. We'll come back out with a great video I think you're going to enjoy.
On down to Blue Water Outrigger, where you'll always find friendly service, fresh and saltwater fishing rods, top of the line men's and women's apparel. Don't forget to pick up your live baits and let us help you with all your outdoor needs. Check out our wide selection of top quality reels and hunting necessities and everything in between. Come see us or order online. We'll be waiting for you right next door to Piggly Wiggly, Port St. Joe.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed, they build dairy feed, they make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. It's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want old Rover to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Captain's Cove Marina, designed with fishermen in mind. Easy access to the best fishing along Florida's forgotten coast. Deep sea fishing, fly fishing from a kayak, cruising endless miles of bayous, bays, and the intercoastal waterway. Count on the captain's crew to work hard to make your day on the water the best ever. Captain's Cove Marina, 1617 Grouper Avenue, Port St. Joe, 850-227-3357.
Okay, glad you're back with us. I always start off with a good picture on Monday, and Rich Frady out of his kayak. Now this is fun. This is his brother. Got like a shirt there. Look at that nice redfish. Now listen, he called, hey coach, my brother and I hit the pass Thursday. He caught this nice red. I just went along for the boat ride. Thanks, Rich Frady. Great picture there of a nice redfish right there in the pass. And as you know, this time of year in the fall, those big reds are just hanging around the pass. And I know that's fun catching them out. It's fun catching them, period, but catching them out of a kayak is a lot of fun. Okay, let's take a look. Talking about a lot of fun. we're so blessed with the bay systems around here, and I love East Bay and West Bay and North Bay, and I also love St. Andrew Bay. But let's take this picture, this video here, fishing my good buddy Bill Allen, working on this video. Bill Allen fishing West Bay. Let's roll this. Okay, folks, here it is, a beautiful afternoon, about 1:30, at the foot of the Hathaway Bridge, Carl Gray Park. Going fishing with my buddy, and this is a good buddy for you. I get down here, he's already got the boat in the water. He's all set to go. Bill Allen. All right, Bill, what's our game plan?
Well, hoping to catch, thought it'd be a little bit cooler, but we're going to catch this incoming tide, run over to West Bay, maybe fish around the creeks like Crooked Creek, up around Mara Farms up in there. We'll trout fish early, and then as the tide gets a little bit more full, we'll go chase some of those redfish up in the grass and places like that.
All right, that sounds good to me. I'm ready. Thanks for getting everything ready. All right, folks, we're easing up in here, a little narrow channel. And they're wondering, who in the world is coming in here on this beautiful day? What you got, Bill? Folks, we just
snuck up on a little trout here early.
We just got out here, folks. We haven't been in here seriously about 4 minutes. Yeah. Look at that trout. That's a nice one.
He's a lot of fun on a little ultralight.
Yeah, I'm serious, folks. We've been here maybe, that's what, your third or fourth cast? We were talking, and that is a nice trout.
Yeah, if I stay in a boat, he'd be a real nice trout.
Good job.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I got this little Quantum Snapshot ultralight.
Yeah, show us what you caught him on, Bill.
He's probably, Storm makes them, but this is a Tsunami. Little swim bait with the weighted at the bottom, the hook's right up.
Yeah.
With that paddle tail, it just runs exceptionally well. And he is gonna run about 16.5 inches. So
all right.
That's a legal trout.
All right. You got another one there, Bill?
Yep. He got him a mouthful of it.
All right.
He got him a mouthful.
Looks we're in an absolutely beautiful area, peaceful and quiet.
Yep. Pretty little fish.
Yes, it is.
2 inches long. He needs to be.
And we're gonna let them grow. Catch them again. All right, got another one there, Bill? Okay, what you got?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a trout.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he cares much for the boat, Winston. A pretty good little fish right there.
All right.
And he has eat it up now. Let's see if we can't get him without the net. Hey!
Oh, nice trout there, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice one there, buddy.
Yeah, he wanted that pretty good. And that big tooth is going to keep me from reaching in there and get that, but sorry about that. Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Good fish.
Yeah,
nice fish.
Good fish. Let's see what he goes, just for sake. Well, 17.5.
All right, good job there, buddy.
Nice, fat, little healthy.
All right, Bill, we do a lot of fishing together. We're out here speckled trout fishing today. What are some of the secrets and all, or maybe not secrets, but some of your best tips you could give our viewers?
Well, you know, up here and finding some of these little cuts when you've got a rising tide, and it follows out some pretty good deep holes here, just like we caught the last couple of fish out of. And I like to use those little Storm swim baits with a paddle tail, tied with a little loop knot.
Yeah.
And of course today, really just trout fishing. I use this little Quantum ultralight. It makes them all fun. But I just work it real slow to let it swim, and you know, just like those last fish we've caught, you know, they just attack it out here. Of course, I always use Power Pro, but my knot's up here about 1/2 inch, and it just allows it to swim a lot better.
All right, folks, Bill trying to catch all the fish now. Whoa, I just brought this one in. You can see he's just, I brought him out of the net. Bill, that's what we're trying to get in.
That's what we're looking for.
All right.
It's been a pretty decent day. Must be a lot of fish with Winston catching them out here.
That's true. I like to be on this side of the camera on occasion. You see the little Storm. I hit earlier. I remember I said I'm going to throw back in there, and sure enough, he was back in there. That's a 15-incher, Bill.
That's
That's going to be a legal size. That's
Yeah.
good fish there.
it is good fish.
All right.
Get later on in the afternoon.
Fish right there.
Oh, that's a pretty one.
Not a bad little fish.
All right.
14 3/4 inch.
Folks, we were talking, there got to be about 1,000,001 14 3/4 inch trout out here.
That's the specialty with the pinched tail, and that's exactly what size he is.
14
The good
and
thing about it is that, you know, they're fat, they're healthy fish. They're really good fish. They've been eating well.
yep.
He'll get there.
We'll catch him next trip.
He'll get there.
Okay, got another one here. Hold on to him, Bill. That's a
He may not be as big as I thought, but
he pulled like a big one, didn't he?
now let's take a look at see what we got here. Oh yeah, that's why he felt good.
What is a little
Rat red there.
rat red?
Yes, sir. Hit like a 10-pound trout.
Hitting our speck of trout bait.
Yes, sir.
How about that's a
One
beautiful,
spot, both sides, just perfect.
beautiful.
Pretty little fish. Looking for him to grow up just a little bit.
We'll get him next spring. Folks, we're wrapping things up here. We've had a good afternoon of fishing. It's beautiful out in this area. Fishing partner today, Bill Allen. Bill, I want to thank you for a good trip. We caught some nice fish today.
Yeah, we did. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
A lot of fun.
We're going to get ready to wrap it up here. Panhandle Outdoors on West Bay.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance, call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Walter Woodrick, your serious money advisor!
My name's Captain Rick Collie. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your business.
This holiday season, give the gift of nature. A walk through nature, Florida's Emerald Coast, is the perfect gift for the nature lover on your list. Whether they live close by or far away, they will love seeing the beautiful seascapes, wildlife, and lighthouses that Florida's Gulf Coast has to offer. Only $14.95 plus $4.95 shipping at naturewalkdvd.com or send check or money order to the address on the screen. A walk through nature, visually stunning.
How many features can Kubota pack into a compact tractor? How about a quick attach front loader, a heavy-duty mid-mount mower, a powerful backhoe, cruise control, deluxe seat, even an air-conditioned cab, the first in its class. With so many features, it's easy to see yourself in one or two of these tractors. The Kubota B-Series. You gotta see this for yourself.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Sowell Tractor today.
Now, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fish and game forecast brought to us by Express Lane, American owned and operated. We're looking at this morning between 9:30 and 11:30, which would be good. We have the incoming tide. And this evening from 10:15 to 12:15 at night. We've got a full moon. It's waxing now, be coming on pretty soon. Have full moon in a couple of nights. So we got some good, next few days will be some good outdoor weather, freshwater and saltwater. As you know, I teach school and I have these seniors in my class, and I'm constantly talking to them about spending quality time with their parents and grandparents, especially as an 18-year-old in their last year at home, and I'm harping on that a lot, and we talk about it, and then sometimes they do it. Last Friday morning, one of my students came in, a little young lady, Maria Patronis came in, and she came in and she just had a big old smile on her face. She said, "Coach, you'd be proud of me." I said, "Well, what have you done?" I thought maybe she'd won a huge contest or made straight A's. She said, "Yesterday afternoon I went fishing with my granddaddy." And now I said, you know, that is exciting news to me, because it makes me realize you and I take this for granted, because growing up, a lot of, if you were like me, a lot of us, I was talking to Scott last night, a lot of us went fishing automatically with our grandparents and spent time with them. And these teenagers are so busy this day and age. They really are. They're so busy, they forget about the quality time, and next thing you know, they move off to school, and then it's over with, and they get even busier with their own lives. But Maria Petronas took that advantage of that Thursday afternoon. I felt so good, and she was so happy, and she said, I got a picture of a fish I caught. So she, of course, picked up her phone. That's how they do now. They just pick up the phone and show me the picture. And I said, well, email that picture to me. I want to put it on the show. So I got this picture over the weekend. Here's Maria Petronas, or Granddad Jimmy Petronas, and a nice one there. Maria, and look at that big old smile. She was as happy as she could be. She just had some quality time Thursday afternoon with her granddad fishing on that pond there, and that just tickles me to see that. I'm so proud of you, Maria, for doing that. A little simple thing like that, and I promise you she'll do it some more before she graduates, and I urge y'all to do that. As grandparents, maybe call up your grandchild and say, hey, let's go do something this Saturday. And they're going to say, I'm busy, but say nothing more important than spend that quality time. Got one more quick email. Hey, Winston, love the show. I watch it daily on YouTube while at home in Birmingham, Alabama. How good is a boat launch at DuPont Bridge? I have a 20-foot center console. And I emailed him back. That's from Steve Allen with Allen Agency there outside of Birmingham. And I emailed him back. As far as I know, first of all, appreciate him watching the show on YouTube. And we are getting a good YouTube audience. I know a lot of y'all be watching the show tonight, and from all over the Southeast. And we appreciate that. And we'll try to keep you informed every day on what's going on. As far as the DuPont Bridge ramp, as far as I know, it's in good shape. I personally have not launched there in a while. If any of you viewers have launched there and have had any problem, please email me or call me, and then I will go ahead and let Steve know about it up there in Birmingham, because he's planning on coming down pretty soon on that 20-foot console. I told him there's some good fishing spots. Just as you launch off that DuPont Bridge, go across the bay to the old bridge there. There's a nice hole. The hole's redfish between that old bridge and the new bridge. And we used to fish off the old bridge, but there's a nice hole there. There's always some nice redfish can be caught out of that hole. So I told them about that spot. So anyway, keep the cards and letters coming, and we'll keep informed. And we got to get out of here. You have a great Monday now, starting off the week, but it's going to be a good mild weather. So you do something good for somebody today, and God bless you.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.